Have you ever wondered how large organizations keep up with the thousands of global regulatory changes every year, from the different reforms, data privacy law, without missing a single update? Well, in this video, I'm going to walk you through how RCM in ServiceNow, or the Regulatory Change Management, turns that overwhelming complexity into a clear, actionable insights. So if you're a compliance leader, risk manager, or a ServiceNow architect, this will give you a real world look at how governance and technology basically converge. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Bill. I'm a ServiceNow architect and also an instructor. Here we're going to explore the real world ServiceNow solutions that bridges the technology, governance, and the enterprise resilience. And today we'll be deep diving and exploring the RCM, not just from a feature perspective, but from the value it can deliver you and the problems that it solves in highly regulated industries. And if you have not done so, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and join as a member to further support my channel. And let us start with the challenge. Every year, thousands of new laws, standards, and policies are released globally, with the likes of financial institutions, public sector agencies, to name a few, with alerts, and each potentially requiring policy updates, risk assessment, or process changes. And traditionally, this tracking happens using spreadsheets, emails, which are disconnected, untraceable, and prone to delays. And that will result to missed deadlines, fragmented accountability, and costly audit findings. And this is where exactly ServiceNow RCM steps in, transforming compliance chaos into clarity. So what you're seeing now in the screen is the RCM Workspace. And this is a live command center for compliance operations, giving you a full view of the state of the alerts, either new, in progress, and so on, giving you full control and prioritize depending on the urgency and importance impacting your organization. And on the right, you'll see the task panel where each compliance officer can track and prioritize the team's responsibilities. And as we scroll down below, you will find the analysis of impact, directly mapping the alerts impacting the entities and also the jurisdictions. You can see instantly where your attention or compliance attention is needed most. And this is the power of RCM in ServiceNow, turning your disconnected regulatory data into a single visual insight. And as you have your consolidated and integrated into information from different sources, now you will be able to track any open or assigned alerts, assess your impact, any issues, and attend to actionable tasks. So this is one of the key strengths of the ServiceNow platform. It's not only a system of record, but also it is a system of action. So all of these widgets that you see or reports are fully drillable from a high level perspective. And now we're going to drill down on the list view. Now the incoming alerts coming from different sources and regulatory bodies are consolidated into a single picture, giving you a quick reach instead of like looking at your emails, phone messages, and other sources of updates. And easily you can manage based on your priorities, looking at the states as a compliance officer, making your time efficient and productive in the shortest period of time. Now let us drill down of one of the alert records. So this integration to your regulatory body provides you a full description and an overview of this specific record. So the different tabs gives you a detailed information, the criticality and the overall impact, and the necessary dates that you need to attend to, or deadlines, giving you the ability to plan and schedule accordingly based on you and your team's capacity. And as you decide to move forward and deep dive you can also delegate to your team to initiate an impact assessment, giving you the capability to choose on what business unit, process, organization, or the profile that you feel or you know that will be impacted. So it's in a single point of glass from a high level view, in a few clicks, you can now delegate and send an impact assessment to your assessor, giving you confidence that you are on top of things and on track of compliance to your regulatory bodies. In a high level view, we are just initiating one on this example, and this new alert can be impacting multiple entities, so you can track it in a single point of glass. Now, as we delegate this to Abel, let us impersonate his user, the assessor, and now the assessor, behind the scenes, he could have received an alert using his mobile phone, an email, or can go directly to ServiceNow to view and prioritize a task that he needs to attend to. And as we navigate to the list of tasks, now Abel can now view and classify and categorize using the ServiceNow task page and drill down respectively and attend to the assessment which was delegated to him by the compliance officer. Now, on both parties, on the compliance officer and also the assessor, both saving time and ensures alignment from different teams and organizations working together. And a single click, now he can basically see the deadline or when the assessment should be due, allowing him to plan his work and prioritize respectively. And as he moves forward, this now has out-of-the-box playbooks that you see here, which is fully customizable depending on the organization and also the type of assessment. And each company has its own process, and the assessment can be an inherent procedural, to name a few. And I've seen assessment questionnaires which requires a lot of back and forth, multiple reviews and approvals, ensuring that the quality of the document or the assessment is at its optimum prior to deciding the next steps. And you see on the lower left from the scoring tab, ServiceNow has the ability to configure the compliance scores very specific to the compliance and regulatory body, making your assessment questionnaire reusable and resilient to changes, further standardizing your regulatory compliance into a single point of view. And as Abel now submits his assessment and provides his comments, now we can now go back to Chuck, who is the compliance officer on this example. And now as Chuck logs in and go back to the list which has been delegated to Abel, he can now view that the impact assessment has been rated and has changed the state to monitor. One of the key advantages of the ServiceNow RCM, it already has the templates and the out-of-the-box best practices that you can fully utilize. It is an experienced platform, and as you switch on this capability, straight away you can be productive, reuse the existing processes, giving you the ability to adopt faster in the shortest period of time. And one of the key features of it is the ability to build workflows and assessment forms, which is easy to configure in alignment to your organization's governance and processes. And one of the key factors that I'd like you to notice is its full relationship into citation, giving you the ability to drill down to a specific clause or section of a paragraph coming from a law, regulation, or standard or authority document directly from an RCM alert, saving you time to do a search and match it from the respective alert. Now, in a matter of clicks, you can now relate the regulatory alert directly to a citation. And AI also gives you the ability of what is the recommended citations relevant to this regulatory alert, where AI and ML, very specific, already trained. And as you utilize the features of RCM, reducing your time to assess the full process and the relevant citations to this regulatory alert. And as you have the full details into your workspace, and the recommended citations side by side, you can basically view and decide to associate in a matter of minutes, hours, and not days. So you can see the entire process all done in a single point of view, giving you full traceability of all your activities. Can be an impact assessment, related documents, or a regulatory task, and now giving you the power to decide if this new alert is applicable to your organization, or you can just simply ignore it. And as you decide for the alert to be applicable in your organization, now you can initiate a regulatory change task, giving you a full discipline control and tracking, ensuring quality of your initiative, making you look good in your organization, having full control, keeping you updated and posted on the different standards, changes, and regulatory control. And as we assign the task to Allison, we can now again impersonate her persona to attend to regulatory change tasks. And Allison, same as Abel is using ServiceNow, will also have a task board, which is also fully categorized for her to view and attend to delegated assignments. And as I move forward, you will see that easily Allison can now write down the details, what changes that needs to be applied, and what tasks that needs to be done to ensure that the necessary changes are implemented all throughout the organization or the impacted entity for this new change that needs to be implemented, providing full instructions, ensuring that the correct implementation is done on that new coming change. Now that the regulatory change task has been complete, now the team has full confidence that the regulatory has been addressed and the right people are attending to it, doing the necessary reviews, instructions, and revision, further removing the silos, errors, of course, removing rework, reducing the back and forth of communication, making you productive, attending to more tasks in a shortest period of time. And as we now move back to Chuck, who is the compliance officer, can now have the full view that the alert has been moving forward and the necessary changes has been implemented. If you find value in this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and join as a member for further support. So in summary, the ServiceNow RCM provides you full traceability, giving you a clear link between a law and the organizational internal control or policy. It provides you audit readiness, so auditors can see exactly which regulation each control satisfies. It gives you a full picture of the impact assessment. When a new rule is released, your team can quickly identify which citations or controls are impacted. And with the coming of AI, the AI citation mapping accelerates regulatory analysis, reducing manual interpretations of errors. Thank you for watching my video. I'll see you on the next one.